Oh, we are live.
Yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back on the Natural Sentient podcast. This time is with a great guest, amazing guest and friend, Jay Skyrunner or Jamie. So, welcome back on the show. How are you? How is everything in your part of the galaxy?
Good. Winter's hanging on. It just doesn't seem to want to become spring. It just keeps snowing, freezing rain. Got a weird noise.
I don't know. Everything is okay on my end. I hope.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let us know. Mariah, welcome.
Hello.
So yeah, let us please know if you can hear us properly.
Yeah, I just had a weird noise. I don't know what it was, but it seems to be fine
You
now.
know, that wouldn't be a surprise, weird noise, whatever.
Oh well, you got somebody
Maybe
in the
we have
chat.
some guests. Yeah, we have maybe also some another guest that might not be in a physical form, which is
Oh,
okay.
I
But
have
we
all
welcome
kinds.
everyone who is
I have.
watching in a physical form and non-physical form, and we that is benevolent. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I have lots of them. There are lots of them here with me right now. So, and they're here all the time lately.
So, yeah, tell me like what's going on with you because I haven't seen you sometimes. So most probably you felt like you need time for yourself.
Well,
So
I was putting too much time in trying to get my stuff out there. It just seemed like I was wasting time. You know what I mean? I'd spend videos putting out healing stuff and teaching, and I dropped down to like one or two views for everything that I did. So I'm like, okay, well, no one's interested in real self healing, real self work, so I'm just gonna keep doing it to myself and not spend too much time trying to force it on others, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? So
no,
basically,
but I really like your videos. They're short and I mean uh, I
Mhm.
tried some of them and they're very like they're working. They're really good. So like, what's going on? If there's like low traction or
No, I'm probably gonna start putting videos out again.
I hope so.
I took all my other ones off because maybe I'll just start over, right? Put out different kind of message. And I took a lot of stuff off. I talked about a lot of the channelings and stuff I got in, and that just causes controversy on everyone's beliefs. So it's my own experiences, right? I'm not putting out stuff that was studied, so it kind of goes against a lot of things. So
No,
I was
I
just,
mean you're
I was just,
sharing your own experience, your own journey, so that's
mm,
perfectly okay.
yeah, yeah. And then I find when I'm watching shows like Rob's and people in the chat, I start getting readings on them. I'm like, shit, I should be doing a reading for them right now. So I try to keep my not typing. I'm like, okay, stay out of the chat, Jamie. Things just come in just whenever, right? Like I don't even know if I can do readings half the time, like scheduled, but then all of a sudden info will just start flying sometimes. I
Yeah,
think
that
we're
would be great.
yeah, I think we're on the cusp of something. Like we're always saying, we're always getting prophecies of soon, 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 government disclosure and all that. But I think the veil is very thin right now, and a lot of us are so distracted that we're not noticing that it's that thin. It ain't actually. It ain't actually. I don't even think it's thin in the veil. I think it's. I'm not sure how to put it. We're closer to the other side than we ever were before. And the other side, I always say, is more real than
Yes.
here. We'll get into that when I talk about my out of bodies and astral travel again. But there's stuff going around us right now, all the time, that's more real than what we are. We just don't see it. So whenever people get attuned to starting to pick up that stuff and see things, we'll think that we're gaining more psychic powers and stuff. But I get that weird noise coming in again, but it's not. It's because we always had them, right? And it's
Yes.
just it might be my computer making that weird noise. But no, it's not. We're not gaining more psychic powers. It's what we always had, right? Just that I think there's more thickness in the ether around us that was blocking us from seeing what's really there.
Yeah, I'm just questioning, do we really grasp everything? that's going on around. It has so many layers, so many things going on. So we still just somehow have only breadcrumbs.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
so many things, and moreover, we are very accelerated. The time
Yeah.
is passing very fast.
Well, time sped up. I think we're losing.
Yes.
I think we're losing like a second or so every day right now. And time's fake anyway. And one of my out of bodies, I was traveling the different realms. I actually went to where Father Time was. That was pretty interesting. I forget a lot of stuff I was shown, but it had something to do with the hourglass, the time hourglass. Because I think we're in, like, we don't know what we're in, right? Because we're still debating whether or not there's flat or round or a simulation or a matrix. I
Yeah.
think I think it's all of the above. We have different ways of interpreting it. Because when I go out of body, I'll be here in my room, just like I am right now talking to you, right? So I'm still here. I'm not anywhere else. Right? That's what people would probably call a ghost, right? So I'm out of my body's over there laying down, I'm walking around the house. And sometimes things are still physical when I touch it because in my mind and consciousness, I'm not completely grasping that I'm just a light body. So things become more dense because we solidify, because we are kind of the co-creators of the simulation we live in. So if I can change my thoughts out of body, I get after clarity, then I can walk through a wall. But a lot of times I'm just here in this realm. And sometimes I'm out for a long time and I'm scared that I died and I don't want to come back. But then I'm like, well, it's so cool here. You're so light. There's no pain. You don't feel anything there. But we're still us. I think we're 95% the same, right? Or 96% the same.
Mm, yeah.
But other
We are
times, like when
actually making.
when I always get to that Father Time, like I'm seeing things as spheres of existence, different spheres. I never ever seen space. I didn't fly up and see space. I didn't fly up and look down at the earth. I'm just going through different, the way I see it, as different realms, right? So some I'll go, like some people could say it's another planet, but I'm not seeing it as that. I'm seeing it as just a different realm of existence altogether with different types of beings, and it's mostly humanoid. Mostly humans. I'm seeing everything as humans like us. But some look. What's that noise coming out of my computer? I'll turn my volume down a little bit. Some are more of what we would consider to be angelic, or else look like old descriptions of the Greek gods. I think we have a big connection to Mount Olympus and that type of era.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going on around us right now, because I had experiences where I had like these beings show up, with like the gold on their heads and the robes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's and we should know, we're supposed to remember who they are because we're there as we're here. And some of them are just playing tricks on us because we agreed to come into this game, right? Like we
Yeah,
could have,
so to speak.
I was being shown like in a past life, one of the, we'll just say gods, because they're allowed to play gods. It's still part of the yin and yang, is out there just as well as it is here. Some of these beings don't even know they're playing a role. They can be bad. They want to portray as being the almighty God. Then they don't know no better, right? It's just part of the game, as some people here play good and some play bad. But I see it as, in a past life, one of them might cause something to kill us. Then we go back there and we laugh about it. And we're like, you asshole. Like, that life experience, you won that one. Okay, I played that game out. And we kind of joke about it a little bit. Because
Now we are making jokes about it now, but in back in time it was not really that funny.
no, but when they go back to the other side, they kind of make jokes about it because they know it's not real.
Yeah.
It's kind of an experience game, kind of like Avatar, right? I was shown
Yeah.
that we take our consciousness. Some could say it's our higher self, but we kind of put it in different avatars. But like some of the realms I went to, like I said, I went to one where Father Time was. There was something going on there. I can't remember. I get mind wiped quite a bit. But then there's the other realms of where there is Why would you say it? Like dream worlds, because they're more real than here, like the dream time societies. And some of like the dark forces of the dream worlds they're counting on us because the living we power the dream worlds, right? And they can. That's why we got to be kind of careful of our dreams and what information we get coming in. But there's other realms. You can go from one dream world into where the fairies and elves are, and you can go to the other one where there's. I said this before, like realms of vampires and werewolves. Then the different angelic beings. We call them demonic demons, but most of them aren't even bad. They're just demons, right? They're just another character in way more grand scheme of what we are here. Like, we're trying to categorize everything as something to make sense of it, but there's more going on out there than we can ever fathom to remember. And we don't really know who the good or bad guys are. But the thing is, most of us on Earth are very powerful when we chose to come here for part of the end game, right?
Yes, we've been here before. Realize that because it takes time.
Yeah, because at base reality, this is where all the real wars happened. Because there was just so many different beings. Like, I'll say Earth, whether it's a planet or not, I don't know. Just invited all kinds of different souls in for an experience. It was like there was a few test runs when it was kind of like heaven on Earth. Then they invited everybody in. Then it kind of got out of whack. So I don't know who, or maybe it was one of the. There's different levels of gods in heavens too, but said whatever, lock it down, right? So I think once space reality Earth got locked down, we got digitally copied into this, and the bad guys are us. You know what? The humans are the bad guys. Like maybe they're not human, right? The people that run the world, they could be whatever people say is Anunnaki or demonic. You know, with everything that's going on, the evilness, what's going on in the files, and all that, like. Same as, we talk about fallen angels. I'm seeing a lot of them as being good. But when you think of the 200 watchers that come here, I was showing we had 200 craters on Earth that was hit by meteorites that they fell. There were stars. They still want to be stars. So they're playing the roles of like actors and people so we can idolize them and worship the way they were in the past. They still want to keep that.
Yeah.
But we kept having different resets, right? I'll go jump timeline to back further ones. Point. Go to further timelines than this one. We're all there playing different characters. Like I said, each time we reincarnated, we're almost the same as what we were before. Like 99%. That 1% is enough to change our looks a little bit, but we still have the same quirkiness, same ego. I know a lot of people talk about ego and spirituality as being a bad thing, but ego that was like turned backwards because everything got turned backwards on us.
That's actually
when we go back to the other
why
side,
we are stuck.
Yeah, when we go back to the other side, we are like we are here. Then if we decide to take our spirit body and be just say it was a star seed thing and we want to go back to having our experience as a Pleiadian or Arcturian, we still had the same attributes about ourselves.
Yeah, well, we have the opportunity to change something each time.
Yeah, I think each reset was some say we were getting too close to ascending, or else we got too bad again because we got so much evil on the world at the same time that we are a threat to other beings. Because there's other beings, we always worry about like Dracos, reptilians, all the bad space guys. But the real other beings not from here are good. The bad ones are only here.
But imagine the level of conditioning, that the humanity is under. So like that requires really a lot of awareness and doing something, getting out of that ignorance. And it's a lot of conditioning and programming, Jay. So.
Well, no, it's a lot that we can't gather, right? Like I come back from these different dream states.
No, it's easy to say that that's why.
Yeah, because I was like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? You know what I mean? We can't put it together because none of us are knowers. Like we have experiences, but we don't know, right? But I try to drop all ancient history and all the teachings because they're all corrupt. I think a lot of a lot of books were installed here through timeline wars. and like so how we get things from Mandela effects, things are changing, right? So they're giving us false past. Because really, it don't matter if it was Anunnaki. It don't matter if it was the Archons. It don't matter. None of it matters because we're not there. We're here now in a whole different
Yes,
place. Because it
exactly.
takes our thoughts always thinking outside ourselves. Always, right? Everything takes us outside ourselves.
Yeah, and trying to figure out the stuff from the past or the shape of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Some of us resonate with, say, Sumerian
But
times.
it's good to know the history, why it's happening.
Because people would have soul shards and remembrance of being there, right? Like you may have a memory that I don't, but we shouldn't really focus on that because we're here now. Because if this is funny, if you think about our past lives, and right now on this earth, there's bones of all of our past lives. We're walking on them.
Yes.
Right?
So true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we have actually from Trace, hi. Good to see you live and meet Jay on the other side of the screen from here. Deities are trying to interfere. I'd love to hear your technique for going out of body. So yeah, guys, that you're watching. If you have any questions for Jay, please put them into the chat.
Okay. We have like a lot of stuff going on here, and I think that a lot of the ancient myths are more true than what we give attention to. Like with Zeus and Hercules and all these other beings, they're more. I think they're closer to us right now. And because there's different levels, they call it 365 levels of heaven, right? So think of all the experiences that we have as higher beings that we are a part of. And I'm seeing it a little different now. I'm not seeing a lot of. I'm not getting off-world Pleiadian Arcturian so much. I'm getting it as realms and other beings that's outside of here on different levels of dimensions, not space and planet. But I don't know. I'm not saying what one's right or not because it's hard to figure it out, right? If I think about it too hard, I'm like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? But I'm seeing everything as portals and different levels of densities and beings that live in them. Geez, I had my mind just going like crazy there a second ago. Yeah, and we have a lot of beings here that we don't know that are human. Like we do have werewolves and vampires and different beings. They just put their glamour on so we can't see it, right? Some people would call it shapeshifters, but because they're having their own wars as well. And we're here, people would call it loose energy, the Archons, but we are kind of powering the other realms because we're so powerful, right? But it ain't as bad as what people say. Like you see a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's Archons." They throw that word around a lot. Half of them ain't really bad. A lot of them realize that their head Archon, God of the Bible, was fake, so they kind of went against them. I've been kind of traveling to those realms, and I think I was one in the past because I have a connection to Azazel for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get any of the attacks no more. They stopped a while back, but they were fun. It wouldn't be fun for anyone else, but I don't know. I think I learned how to deal with it pretty good. But there's the other realms. You can almost picture of it as we're stuck in pods, but there is like pods that we go into like Avatar and go to different places to have experiences, then come back and bring that knowledge and wake up as ourselves. And some would consider that a higher self.
Mm. Yeah. So how it feels when you travel to these different realms and meet these different beings, how it feels for you, and do you exchange some knowledge with them as well?
Well, I can only remember like the stuff I just talked about in the last 10 minutes is pieces and parts of like a whole whack of them because I don't remember the whole thing. I can't remember the whole thing when I get up. But lately now it's not so much traveling. This is all stuff that I've talked about this stuff before, like on a lot of different channels, and with you. But now it's I've been sleeping a lot. Like it's weird. My sleeps are not the same. Like I feel like I'm dying. I think I'm having near-death experiences every night. Feels like I don't feel right going to sleep, right? I'm just feeling it's so deep of a sleep. I feel like my heart stops. Then just boom, I go, and a bunch of stuff happens. Then I will come back later, but I've been sleeping a lot. I think I'm being put to sleep a lot because I'm supposed to be accessing some of this stuff. But I'm getting like
that's
weird.
interesting.
Like, I'm not remote viewing. I'm like bilocating. Yeah, I hear that glitch. Getting a lot of. I didn't write them down the other day, but I'm getting like people's names, like voices saying people's names in my head that I never heard before. So I don't know if that has meaning. Like I should be writing it down to see if something, transpires with that person's name. Just getting a lot of names lately. I don't know why. Or I'm living like completely different lives. I think I'm traveling to all my different timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Other people are the same, and other ones there's no one I don't know. I'm going to like worlds of woods where there weren't no cities. And sometimes I'm jumping ahead to future potentialities that didn't happen yet. So I wouldn't want to say anything's a prophecy or anything because I think we all as creators have different potentialities of ourselves, right? But I think we can see Earth potential. It didn't happen yet. It's like it's playing out in front of us. It's playing out in front of us as if it happened. But technically, it did happen, but it never. I don't know. It's hard to explain that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's why I think that's why Project Looking Glass is seeing a lot
on
of
the
stuff.
different levels.
They're seeing potentialities, and I think there's people here that are trying to make it so, like bring certain potentialities into fruition, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Julia, hi Julia, has a question: has Jay experienced any cryptids?
It depends. What are we saying cryptids are? What are
Like
cryptids?
this Mothman and Bigfoot, and beings like this, shapeshifters.
No, but I think I talked about this before, but I'm still getting the same thing. A lot of like kind of it's like vampires and werewolves people.
Yeah, like in general, which kind of beings have you experienced or had contact with? Not necessarily cryptids, but you mentioned also humanoids. So
yeah, like werewolves and the vampire realms. I think they're here masking themselves. I guess they put their glamour on. But I think there's other realms that use portals to go into another plane of existence outside of here, and they have their own like hierarchy and structure there as well. This goes back to when I go to sometimes when I go out of body, I'll end up astral traveling instead. It's weird. Out of body astral travel is different, right? Like, and sometimes astral travel will turn into me just being aware of going to a complete other density, right? And that's where these beings have their own, like they have their own kingdoms. There's portals going in and out, like from the fairies, the elves, to the werewolves, to vampires, to the dreaming lands of the dream lords. Right? And sometimes, like when we wake up lucid, because they have their own things there. There's good and bad, right? They're like, holy fuck, that person woke up. You know what I mean? They don't want that. They don't want us. They'll say, well, they call us they don't want us dreaming. They call us the waking world. It's weird because if we wake up in a dream, they call us the waking world woke up. Like, so they'll try to steer us out of it, right? But if you have, sometimes they'll implant a crazy dream. Sometimes when you're lucid, and you're like, oh, I lost it, and I just had a crazy dream and woke up. Sometimes it's them not wanting to access that.
Yeah, Julia also specified the another beings like shadow beings, spider beings.
Well, shadow beings are here all the time.
So have you seen some?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're here like all the time. Like moving around. Like yesterday it was weird because I'm like, I just take it all as a grain of salt and care. But some people would freak out. I was walking up the stairs and I just looked at the light I seen a shadow walk by and said, "Okay, if you're really here, make that light flicker." Then the light flickered. I was like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
But sometimes that's all they can do. Sometimes they're here to help us, but they could do something like that to get your attention, but they're not. They can't make us float off the ground or anything. But I think they can if you think of exorcisms and stuff. Maybe that's possible.
Yeah, they're mostly observing.
Mm-hmm. But I was picking up information like it's like I say, I can't tell if it's like spaceships in space or else just different planes of existence. But I guess it don't really matter. But of showing the Earth, you must have seen parallel Earths all beside each other in pictures. Each one was a different construct that we all lived in, right? And they did the resets to shut them down. And this is the last one. And we're in, what is it they call it? This will come to me in a minute. Soul Earth. What do they call it? Soul Earth Exile 13. Yeah, we're in Soul Earth Exile 13.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why they're doing what they're doing now. They're trying to, with the technology, they're trying to trap us into a simulation upon a simulation to be more digital, so we don't really escape here and go back to what I was saying earlier. Think of us being in pods, going into pods to be avatars to send our souls and consciousness here. So we do have rulers that think they're rulers that operate within this realm that want to trap us here, right? So, but we can't be trapped. We can only allow it if we allow it. Like none of it works.
Yes, if
we're allowing
it.
We're giving our attention to it. We're giving our attention. We're paying a cosmic
consent
from our. Yeah, we're giving it away. The true. That's why I always talk about my qigong and doing the work is no one does it. And I had to force myself to get back into it because we're all lazy, and I am too. I just started. I gave myself another 90-day challenge. I broke it last week, so I started over. Gave myself a date to June 6th to see what kind of health or manifestation transformation I can get in 90 days by following it. But yeah, true power is how'd that go? I'll think of that in a minute. We just got talking along. I didn't think I could talk about anything now. Just stuff's flying like crazy. My face quit working. I get shadow beings, but I'm getting like a lot of seraphim lately. I don't know why, but sometimes if I'm thinking of something, I don't try to get a yes or no answer. Their eyeballs will appear. They just kind of blink at me. So I'm like, okay, is that a yes or a no?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get my attention because last week I had an experience where I was back out with like what we would see as Greek gods of Mount Olympus, talking to those, I call it brothers and sisters in the robes and wearing the crowns and stuff. And one of them is, they can appear as fairy beings to us as well. Because one of the fairy beings was actually my sister there. And they call it the land of the gods, but they don't even know who they know there's a power higher than them, but they don't even know either, right? So it's not, you could almost call them archons, but they just have their own thing going on. It's part of the yin and yang, like I said earlier. They're not wrong or right. And yeah, I keep getting all the evils here. That's why we are in quarantine, because the evils here, like the good beings, whenever they did come here, our government had technology in 1935 more powerful than what we'd imagine, and they just shoot them down and capture them and torture them, right, and steal their technology.
Here, this spiritual warfare, with the technology.
Like we're bad. Like Earth, they don't want, like the good guys are like, okay, Earth is bad. Like there's a lot of bad people here. I'm not saying we're bad, but all the we think of bad from out there coming to taking us over. That's not going to happen. We have the good guys out there, but we have too many bad guys here. That's not allowing it to happen.
There are just a few bad guys that they want to manipulate and enslave and sort of that stuff. It's not like all of us are bad.
No, that's what I mean. Yeah,
it's just too much things at once going on. So that's like going on. It's like battling in a different directions.
Well, what a lot of people we don't talk about is we talk about ancient history a lot, but there's remember when I said the Earth was open for experience they invited everybody in before they locked it down, but got too bad. There was like 15 beings multidimensional beings that come from another universe that was unknown to anybody, and they manifested, because we can break, like, you can have another you on Earth right now, or else another timeline, soul shards, pieces of you that's operating them. Some people call
Yes.
them alters, right?
Yes.
They broke themselves off as alters and incarnated as millions of people at once, and they've been here since the beginning of time. And they might not even know it, right? They could just be playing the part of this shadow government or in government or a dirty judge or a part of the elite that's doing the sacrificing and all that stuff. So they, you know what I mean? They kind of took over Earth that way by incarnating as many.
So do you still think that the reincarnation trap is still going on?
I'll get something. Yeah, I just picked up on something on that. No, it's only if we want to. A lot of us, like, it hasn't been a trap for a long time. I keep saying that. A lot of people keep saying on podcasts they just want to leave this earth and never come back. It's horrible. But it's not quite that, because we forgot who we are. Like, a lot of us, we incarnated, like, our last time we were born. It weren't that long of a time that we was here before. We jumped right in line to come back as fast as we could because we didn't finish our mission the last time. There's a lot of us here from Earth Soul Exile 12, right? And we're like, okay, we're coming. We got to get back there as fast as we can. We know we're going to go through the amnesia process. There's something about here that we have to have amnesia to come here. I don't know why. Because there's other places that when you pass away, you can just choose to go back or into another one and keep your memories. But here, no, what does it work? Yeah, here is the only place that you have to be born to experience and die to leave. When we go back to our other true selves, it's kind of like the circular body. We can just manifest the body at will at other places to have an experience. And I think a lot of us got bored doing that. So we did come here to experience all that we are not, right? Because if we're more perfect and real on the other side than we are here, then here we are all that we are not. Some of us, we have friends over there that never come here because they're scared, and they're like, "You motherfuckers, you are brave. You went and endured that." Like, look at the heart.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that from some. Yeah, this is my last incarnation. I'm not coming back. Yes.
Like Buddha said, we come here to suffer, and that's kind of true, because we come here to be that which we are not, because we don't suffer on the other side.
Absolutely.
It's more soul growth, right?
Yeah.
Which it weren't meant to be bad in the first place in the original Earth realm, when they invited all different souls from other galaxies and stuff to come for. We can call that even that ties back into like Orion Wars and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. So how do you see, like, what's going on now?
What's going on now is the energy. Okay, let's pick up on the energy signature. Well, okay, right now, because there is no tomorrow, right? There always is just now that we're in. And on a surface level thing, people worry. That's how people worry about yesterday. They're always worrying about what they did in the past, or worrying what tomorrow's going to bring, their job, money. People manifest wrong all the time because there is none of that. There's only right now.
Here and now, yeah.
There's no other thing. Only potentialities. So right now, the energy that I'm feeling for right now for everybody is it is a renewal energy. It's each day. Well, I find we're getting different signatures coming in, like at different times. Okay. Yeah, one of those eye things were telling me say yes. Right now it's time to be more creative and help people where you're willing to lend a hand, but not just won't help people because some people don't deserve it. But it's like, think of when you're a kid, right? And you help your friend build a treehouse, or it's more right now. The energy, I think. Sometimes I get it. I said no tomorrow because we'll wake up tomorrow and we're still in the now, right? So we just try to remember to have that childlike adventure seeking person in ourselves instead of being worrying about jobs and money and having things. Be a creator, not a consumer, right? Be a creator each day. Be a creator.
Yeah,
Like I'm
creator
trying to do
and
that right
not,
now. Like
not a
I'm trying to.
victim.
I'm trying to.
I would say it that way. Not to be victim of circumstances, but be the deliberate creator. You know.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Things I like now too. I'm more into the music. I'm developing my own. Well, I have experience in the music industry, not the elite industry, but just coming bands with touring and record labels, and so I developed my own thing to help bands out right now, like management and stuff. So I'm building that, and plus playing in the band I'm in. And
That's great.
so doing things I'm not worried about work. Unfortunately, yeah. So people ask you all the time, like, "What do you do for work?" Like, no, oh no, hey, how are you doing? Like, what do you like to do? Is this people who judge you by what you do for work? Well, unfortunately, I have a job that I don't hate. It's nothing, but I just go do it because I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, so I'm not homeless. But try to have fun where I'm at. And people that hate their jobs, I'm just saying, use it as a means. You know, start incorporating stuff that I've been teaching to better yourself and try to get out of that situation. But use it as a means, not as something that you hate. You can say, I hate my job, but I do get
The
paid.
fact people
Ain't that much.
usually
Why don't I take my money,
hate their
save it,
work.
try to get a better place, try to get another job. Make yourself your own. Everyone's got their own plans they can develop for themselves, but most people don't. Most people feel stuck and they stay stuck.
Yeah.
And I know that because I've been there and I've been stuck for a long time, right? But a lot of it's in here. We can be stuck in our mind more so than our situation. Like I can still live in this shitty apartment, have a shitty job, right? But I can make everything happy in here. And that's what a lot of people can't do. Like I see it every day when you go out in the world, you can see it in people that they hate their lives. You know what I mean? Most people are so conditioned they hate everybody else. Like I smile at people and they look at me like, "What the fuck are you looking at me for?" You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. We should be smiling at people, talking to them, but we're shut off, right? Because the more we're disconnected, the more we don't bring our soul shards back. Because every meet is sacred. Every person you meet in the street we met before over the last so many billion years, we come across each other. So you know what I mean? This big disconnect is what they've been trying to do since 2020. The C word, right? Now I find people really got conditioned into that. I think half the people here ain't even human anymore because the world's insane right now. I call it Earth timeout. After 2012, we went into like an Earth timeout timeline where I said back then, I got old videos on here on my old channel. I can't log into it, but I saved them as a playlist on my Jay Skyrunner, where I talked about a lot of stuff in 2012, 2014. That was great for now because everyone thought I was completely crazy back then, right? Talking about this stuff. But we've been in Earth timeout. That's what I was saying back then. The Earth was just going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. Now look at it. Things going on in the world, especially with, I don't want to get in politics, but Canadian government is like, what the hell is that? Are we watching a cartoon? Like the stuff they're coming up with and saying. So we are in the madhouse. We are back. I was showing that we were going to get more into like the Alice in Wonderland timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's just upside down and insane, right? A lot of it is bringing. We have experiences through the other side of the mirror, like through the looking glass. And I think we're bringing that energy in through here now, through mirrors. And everybody is a black mirror because everyone's on their phone all the time. They're using the liquid crystal display, just like how they used the black magic years ago. So there's a lot of things that's going on behind the scenes that's trying to keep us.
A lot of things.
Right? Keep us stuck to this. And a lot of, let's go back to shadow beings. There's a lot of these beings on the other side are attaching to us, not as bad because they want our help. They want our help. Some of our passed on loved ones are as ghosts because it might not even be a passed on loved one. It could be another being that we don't know, but in a past life, they were with us on some kind of a mission or some kind of a soul path. and now they're connecting to this version of ourselves because they want help. It's not bad. They just want, they know us, right? They know it's our soul signature. So
Yes.
and a lot of them ain't going nowhere. They're stuck on the earth realm until we help whatever's coming, right? But I say we're all in this together with all the beings. It's not so cut and dry as what a lot of people. It's not nothing. I'm not saying anything I say is right, but it's not cut and dry as what everyone's saying. Like, oh, the good aliens are coming. They're going to save us all. Jesus is coming. None of that is true. Like, none of it's true whatsoever.
No, it just this sort of bullshitting.
But we shouldn't have to worry so much about it. I think things will come to us as we're ready because we're not ready. Like,
yes,
like
things come to you when you are ready.
I'm ready to have all the experiences I have. But am I ready just to see boom, a big being appear in front of me and show me everything? Like, am I really ready for that? Or you know what I mean? Are we? Maybe not. Maybe they're showing us through dream time and other psychic visions and stuff to ease our body into that. At the same time, we shouldn't worry about it because a lot of people are going mad thinking about who's who, who's the good guys, who's the bad guys, what's the government doing, going on podcasts, talking about it. Everyone's giving their energy away to it, living a horrible life because of looking into things that's not normal. I think it's okay to acknowledge it, but I don't think we should have to give our life to the fear trauma. Yeah, because let's go back to my original message. Why can't we just get up every day, live in the here and now, and not worry about that, and try to be more childlike and live in joy and be creative and use the experience that we're here for? Because once we're gone, and we're gonna say, "Oh, wish I had known a little better. I would have lived out the life a little better instead of sitting around traumatized all the time and feeling victimized." Because it's easy to wake up tomorrow and be depressed and say, even if you know all this stuff and be depressed about it, it's all the world's fake. Oh, look what the government's doing. Look what the shadow government's doing. But once we're gone. Our soul's gonna be like, that wasn't even real. Like, we're real now, and you just wasted that time.
Oh yeah,
we're not getting back until we come back again and forget who we are.
How much time we waste with
it is
with self-sabotage and self-denial and just postponing the stuff and feeding fears, insecurities. It's a lot of time, but yeah, I mean, it's also being needed. When you to have this awareness, and everything is surfacing to you when you are ready. So absolutely, but it takes time.
Somebody asked earlier in the chat about techniques for out of bodies. I never really had any. I've just spontaneously had them all my life, but I started to have them more when I actually learned the system my father did of Qigong when I first got into it. Because I think if he can just, I think if a person just does more breath work and energy work, it helps them access it better. But I think there is things that I found that worked for me was if I just do breathing exercises, moving energy through the body, then focusing on the spleen area.
Yes.
Spleen and heart. Because they're like I said, our bodies have the mechanics within it to do all that stuff, right? It's not just a meat suit. we were perfectly designed. So we have like gateways to the astral world, and that's the spleen. You can leave through the solar plexus area. You can leave through the chest and the head, I think. And I think each one has a different application because I'll go astral travel. And then when I get it in my head, there's like a buzzing sound, right? Like a train going through your head. It's almost like I go to other realms. Astral travel, I don't know what that is really. I don't even know if that should be a word. But when I leave through my solar plexus, the spleen, I go out here, like outside my body, like in this room. I think that's like a NDE, near-death experience, same kind of thing, right? That mic's still making that noise. But yeah, I gotta try to remember them, but I've been sleeping so much today, and it's going on so much lately that I can't put it all together. Sometimes it's months down the road, I'll remember all this that happened this week, but I can't remember right now. It's kind of weird how that works. I don't know if it's me not remembering or mind wipe, but I think it's the same thing when you come in as being born as a baby, or we forget who we are being reincarnated. So when we're coming back into this body, we're going through that amnesia process to come back into our body here. Then we can start getting pieces back to find down the road. Or we can learn, or I got to learn, or we can all learn how to try to remember all that stuff.
Yeah, first we put the layers and programs and patterns and conditioning into us, and then we're removing that and trying to remember who we are, and
except our souls out here waiting to be born, and we come in, we forget. If we're having certain out of bodies or astral travel, our souls out here having all this whole experience. Like when some of my dreams, some of my hours sleeps, I'm gone for like 10 years of memories. So when it's coming back in, even though it's 10 minutes later, it's like I'm going through forget. You know what I mean? Till I get back, then I can't remember.
Yeah, forgetting and remembering.
Yeah, it's neat. It's neat stuff. I only talk about it on shows like this. I don't go talk to. Well, everyone in my band's pretty awake to all this shit, so we talk about stuff, which is surprising because you can talk about this stuff to a lot more people nowadays than what you could one time. Like I used to talk about this stuff back in 2011 and 12, and I used to, well, I was drinking a lot back then. I just get on my personal Facebook and write all this stuff. And it's funny now because stuff that's happening. I had people come on there and comments when we were like, "Holy old shit, we thought you were crazy, but you were right back then." I'm like, I don't want to be right. It's just funny that people that were so against it are seeing it now, right?
Yeah.
Which is good. Everyone's got to see it. Like it's their own. We could tell them. I could tell them. You could tell them. It don't matter. Like they got to come to the realization on their own that things ain't right. Then they start.
Yeah.
I think they're breaking out of their own shell of conditioning, right? Because they're a product of the outside world that created their inner world. It's not really them. Like half us ain't even really us, and even us trying to learn and figure this out. We're not really us still, but we're doing a pretty good job, I think. You know, I mean, we're doing a pretty good job handling what's going on and what's going on and working on ourselves. And yeah, that's why I just tell everyone do their own. We have a lot of work to do, and we just don't do it right. Like there's more to it. It ain't all spiritual. And well, in fact, what I was showing on the other side, they don't even like that word. They're like, why do they use that word spiritual? Because we're more real there than we are here. This is kind of fake. And what we call that, ooh, spiritual. And they're like, look at those. They're crazy down there saying that. They're just telling us to wake up and quit using terms and words like that, right?
There's not spiritual. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So it's good to discern.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. You can
discern between the stuff.
It doesn't matter, but they don't like the word spiritual because they're like, because then we make, if we say it's spiritual, we see it as woo-ha. You know what I mean? People think they're like, well, no, it's not really spiritual. It's real. It's real that we don't see.
Yeah. So, is there any message coming through your channel from any being that wants to come through?
No, I think most of what I said was coming from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't.
Yes.
I don't even know what I was talking about now.
You're right.
No, I don't know what I was talking about. Like sitting here before you come on, I'm like, geez, I don't have anything to talk about.
You're right. You're channeling. I mean, it's coming from somewhere.
When I was doing a reading show on Rob's, like I just blurted it out as it comes in. Right, I weren't doing cards. I weren't doing anything. It's just like when I was. It's weird. Sometimes I can't do it at all. But if I'm doing a reading, I just call it operating 1 second in the future, 1 second in the past. That way, you're just at a phase of this reality to connect with their Akashic records of here, and I call it here and something like, I don't know, other timelines, other worlds. Because I go I do a lot of my own qigong work and meditations and my astral travel stuff. It's like I call it. A lot of times we go into no time, space time. We're going outside of all constructs, where it's just pure black, the real space, where real space is. And we're outside of all constructs of all entities, right? And that's where we can gather more of our God self there. So the more you can take yourselves into no time, space time, that's why I call it when people here can learn how to live 1 second in the future, 1 second in the past. That way we're just a split of time, right? And that one split of time can access 1,000 years of a past life or 10,000 years. A lot of future events I don't know what they are yet. I don't know if they're 100% real. But I was shown, like I said, I weren't getting into alien stuff lately, but I was. Like, things change. I don't know why. Beings change. I don't know if they're all the same thing, just different ways of telling it, maybe. But I was shown the Canadian message I got last was the future Earth is already done. It's like whatever said you guys bad guys, we already won. It's already there, but it's
there.
But it's here.
It's just not
here. But when we're here,
we just get to reach that level to see it in the physical.
But it's not really the future because there's no time between here and here. It's all into the no time space time. But they can travel. I call it travel back. They're just going into. Just say walk through a portal, went to another realm. There, we would consider them being from the future, but it's really our future versions of us. And they're letting this. We have to let this Soul Earth Exile 13 play out because of our ancestral debt and karma unresolved. And it's not everybody. There's more people on the other Earth than there is here. Like we wouldn't know here. They never were a part of this. I think a lot of. I don't know if we did something bad on the other side or not, but or we come here to help bring it down. But it's a lot of I call it
a lot of timeline fixing.
Yeah, a lot of lost soul shards. And a lot of it's through I always say this, being forced incarnated into wrong soul families. That's why bloodlines don't matter. Like a lot of people, my bloodline goes back to this. Like, no.
There's a lot of mess with the bloodlines, yeah.
Well, bloodlines don't really matter if you think of your soul self, because of the manipulation of the forced reincarnations. When the galactic ascension machine was forcing us to be incarnated, it would put you in the wrong soul family, just say as example, or me in the wrong soul family. Then we would lose parts of ourselves and our ancient remembering from that, and you disappeared.
Yeah, I'm still here, actually.
Oh, I hear you. You shapeshifted into a ball.
You see, but things are going on.
Yeah,
I'm shapeshifting. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oops.
I won't get into this too much, but I'm just saying, if we kept being forced reincarnated through the being cycle trap into wrong soul families, we're losing pieces and parts of ourselves each time. You know what I mean? Instead of being reincarnated into the proper soul family each time. Because our original experience was to have the experience, to die, and to come back and forget, because it weren't bad in the beginning, reincarnate in the same soul family. Because we kept, we had kids, we multiplied, the souls would come in, we'd invite souls. We were supposed to invite souls to come in, because the original Earth was to be consciousness exploration planet to build on soul families. But then it got hijacked.
Well, that is.
I'd have to watch this later and see what I just said. That was interesting. We're the League of Consciousness Explorers. Yeah. To spread DNA wisdom, you know what I mean? If you're a Pleiadian Arcturian and we invite you in to be part of our soul family, they're spreading their DNA wisdom within us. So our DNA's wisdom grows bigger and bigger. So if that all got, we'll say hijacked, right? Then forced to incarnate the wrong soul families, and it kind of broke that all off, and we're losing pieces and parts of ourselves all over the place. But I think it's automatically coming back. Yeah. And what I said earlier, like I said this on another show, like you can't hire somebody to bring your soul shards back for you as a session. Like it happens on your own. Just by the way you interact with people and talk to people. Be more friendly. If you're going to be all, some people hate people, don't want to talk to them. You're walking right by of somebody that could have been your grandmother in the last life or your mother, and you know what I mean. And you're not interacting that energy between the, you're missing out on gathering our soul shards back from the people. Because everybody, I don't know if I want to get into this too much because I don't know nothing about it. I think there is only so many people here that's actually real, that's sentient being. hence your name, natural sentient. I think there's only so
Yes.
many of us that are, I think there's only so many of us that are sentient beings that we all know each other from one form or another of timelines or what we call past lives. And I think there's other beings that can be in our family too that are organic and just run off the hug mind consciousness. And they're the ones that you probably notice. There's people as friends that would never change their mind. They believe the government, they believe what they're told, and they will till the day they die, right?
So yeah, that's good question.
It is, but I think
I
what the best. It's nice to explore all avenues. You know what I mean? Right now I'm into realms and gods and demons and angels as being the
actually
beings that helping. Then other times I'm into Arcturians, Pleiadians, and Andromedans. So everything changes all the time with what's coming in for what I want to do or what I'm getting messages from. But I think we all should count any out as being wrong. Just entertain all things.
it's a lot about entertainment, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very
Entertain all things,
very
I say.
important to choose where your attention goes, where your focus, where do you focus
But I don't think nothing's wrong. Like if I start getting messages
your
from,
energy, because
if I
it's
get messages,
really a lot of distraction, entertainment, chaos.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't mean it's entertainment. I mean, we should entertain all things and not call anyone wrong, right? Because there's so many things going on that everyone has experiences of. It's into the billions and trillions, and because we're infinite immortal beings, everyone has their own thing that they went through. Like right now, I could be focusing on maybe it was not that long ago. I was working with like the gods of Mount Olympus, and someone else could be channeling Arcturians, right? And I think they all play a part, right? They
Yes.
all play a part. They all play a part in the whole multiverse. It all makes somewhere it makes all sense together. We just don't know it. That's why we all get different pieces of it, right? And that's why I keep changing. I'm not going to say, oh, there's no aliens, it's demons and angels, because some people are saying that now, right? It's not ETs, it's demons and playing. It could be partly, but I think there's all things, all those beings exist, right? Not one or the can't say it's one or the other doing it.
It's very easy to judge,
Yeah, they all
and it's very easy to to put some stamp on someone.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they all exist at the same time together, right?
I think so.
They can't
The question
say,
is their intentions
yeah.
towards
Well, so, a
each
lot of
other,
people
towards us as a
there's a lot of
humanity.
arguing. I was talking about this, the arguing disclosure, but there is people now saying that there's no such thing as aliens. It is demons. Just at the same time, I'm just saying there's all of them. Maybe we have angels and demons here, and maybe the Arcturians have their own too, right?
It's possible, you know. I think there a lot of things happened
They do, and yeah,
while doing these experiments. So why only us? Also, some other beings are
I
responsible for
think
their actions.
yeah, it's not so bad as some people think. It's a complete trap. It is a construct, and we agreed to play it, and so did the other beings. Sometimes it seems really bad and evil, but the grand scheme of things, it's not because when you go outside of this construct, what's going on here, and you can call it all the different levels of dimensions or heavens or whatever beings are here. The other beings are good. Like they're not warring with each other. We're only doing it here.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
So
Though,
yeah,
like
like
outside of here, there is other beings having their own planets, inviting other souls in and out, and traveling back and forth, and living in peace and harmony.
yeah, for some
We have
reason the Earth is still important.
Earth is important
It's
because Earth.
important.
Well, Earth's important because it's the womb chakra of the universe, right? That's why they can't just ignore it and just. That's why things are going on right now because it has to. We need what? Okay, they said we need remedy and resolve. Earth has been in this timeline war for a long time for remedy and resolve, right? So that's why we're here. as boots. We're here as boots on the ground. We're here as boots on the ground, talk about this stuff to help bring it, bring out the escapism. Even though I said it's not a trap system, it is. We're here to play the game, so we're here to bring it down. So remedy, resolve Earth drama. We need to remedy and resolve Earth drama to fix all cosmic drama within all timelines. Because it is affecting other places.
We're well set, Jay. That we have remedy. We get to fix what's going on. We are the remedy and result.
Yeah. Just our universe has billions and billions of years of cosmic drama too, right? That we're all a part of. So it's not just Earth's important because we're the womb chakra, but the whole universe that the Earth's womb chakra. Counting all the history of Long Wars, whatever's been going on, it's been all cosmic. It's been cosmic drama. Because outside of our universe, there's other ones, right, that we don't necessarily talk about or know. They're watching in, right? And they're like, "That place gotta clean it back now." Like some people can call it a hell realm, which things say it is, and it ain't at the same time.
Yeah, like hell is not out there; it's here on Earth.
It's like kind of like. Okay, this is kind of weird. It's kind of like I'm saying also that it's kind of like we are living in the underworld right now. It's kind of like goes Stranger Things, the upside down. We are in the upside down.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on.
Well, I see the base reality as a pyramid up here, right?
Yes.
And our pyramid is this way. We were 12th dimensional beings. We went up, 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 up. Now we're third. We're going to go up to 2. To 1, then flip over to be back to the first density on base reality.
Yeah.
That's just might not be true at all. That's just how I was seeing it. Because we're in the upside down crazy world, right?
No, thanks for sharing.
We started down here, but now we're getting to the top. That's why some people, I heard different people talk on these shows saying, "Oh no, you don't ascend, you got to descend and exit through the first." I think they had that right, but they're not getting that the first was an upside down triangle. You know what I mean? Where they thought we're just going down to the dimensions and escaping altogether. Now we're going up to the first, escaping it to get back into base reality. Kind of makes sense. I don't know.
Makes sense.
Maybe it's just a theory I come up with. Or dreamt about or something. Actually, I had visions of that when I was a kid. Yeah. Some stuff about it. I remember my old childhood memories is like a lot of it's like what I'm talking about now. It's kind of weird. I'm going to piece it all together, right? Like, man, I dreamt about that when I was a kid. Thought it was like dreamt as in a video game format of going to the upside down triangle.
Yeah, but for me, from my own personal experience, it feels like we're in a video game. It feels literally like that. Or call it as you want. Yeah. Movie, simulation, illusion, video game, all of it.
But the more I apply what I was trying to teach people, it's better how I can get through days now. Like, I see crazy shit going on. I see people getting angry, fighting at work, and people in bad moods. I'm just like, man, if they only knew. So I'm keeping that inner smile in myself during all day. I'm just watching things go around me, right? They just watching the world go around, but watch the world go around, but don't be involved. Be center. Be like Bruce Lee said. Be the emotionless motion. Be motion, but no emotion.
Yes. Be the sage observer. Like observe from your higher self.
We can be too angry or too happy. We're supposed to be neutral. Sacred neutral all the time. That's even been proven through Qigong. Being happy too much. Being happy too much is actually just as bad for your heart as being angry. Because we got to be in the sacred neutral and balance. That's why all of our energy centers need to be balanced.
But that's the best luge, the emotional harvest. Mm-hmm. That's the real harvest.
It is. Yeah. They do harvest it. It is harvest. That word luge never came out until 1900s, but these beings, I remember going to their realms. It's some of them know that it's bad what they're doing. And some of them don't want to lose their power because we're powering them, their immortality to us. Even though we don't feel immortal, because we aren't in a mortal body right now. We think we're mortal, right? Because we die, but we're fine. We're not finite. We're infinite, and we're powering, because they call themselves gods, but we're powering their immortality, and they're scared that we're gonna not, right? Then their castles fall as well,
and their superiority as well.
But there's beings above them watching this all happen. They know it. They don't even know who the other gods above them
And
are.
arrogant.
That's why they think they are gods. Even the ones I've been communicating with at Mount Olympus and stuff, they're just having a time, but they don't know either. Doesn't mean they're not necessarily good or bad, but the loose energy is, they're stealing that from us to keep them immortal. Because it goes back, this happened before. There was a fall a long time ago, way before our current history, that I remember, is when the gods did fall and died and become mortal, right? Because I think that's why they're keeping us down. They don't want that to happen again. When the gods bleed, right? There's an old story. I think I've seen in old stories. Like, I had a vision of one cut himself and was freaking out, like, oh my god, what is that? Why am I bleeding? We're not supposed to bleed. We're immortal. Like, oh no, we need more loose energy. Send a hurricane at Earth, cause some destruction. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Now, this is really fight for the energy, for whatever they can harvest from people, to hook them, because this is about hooking, about catching the attention on certain types of entertainment.
It's entertainment for them. They don't even think they're wrong. You know what I mean? But they do war amongst themselves. We have the word God is just used loosely. This is where they come from. Really.
So they fight amongst themselves.
We have the ancient gods helping us as well, because they don't all get along. Even if you watch the old myths, they didn't get along. There's always warring with each other.
Yes.
And this goes back to, there's no way to tie it all together, right? Whether it's Anunnaki or the fallen angels, because they like humans, right? Maybe they were here to help us. It's hard to tie it all in, how they all fit together. So I don't even want to try to think about that anymore, because you're just like, I'll never know.
Yeah, we will never really know. But the thing is that we get to claim that we are powerful as well. We are powerful, more powerful than them, honestly.
No, we are. Yeah. We're way more powerful.
Yeah. It's the time to claim the power, sovereignty, and just get out of the fear.
The ancient text law, I think there's a lot of truth in it all. This goes about, we're talking about, even goes back to like the old Gospels, the hidden books of the Bible, the Archon, the Sophia story, like how we were created from source, right? Like, which I think there's a lot of truth in those stories, because they never got talked about in the Bible. The Bible is more of a construct to keep us enslaved. But yeah, I think we are all, I said the gods didn't know what above them, right? But they know that we come from that source. We're powerful enough to let them steal our energy to keep them immortal, right? So we must be pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean,
we're powerful enough to destroy them and bring it down if we all work together, right?
Look, what is there that the system is still working? Because people support it. If there are no people, everything will fall, honestly. So it's about really, where do you spend your money? Where do you focus your energy?
Yeah.
Make conscious choices.
It's not all peachy and fuzzy and a happy ending either, right? Like, we're going to see a lot of things happen that's bad.
Oh yeah, a lot of collateral damage.
But the thing is, it has to. It has to. Like I would say, people ain't ready for what's coming, but it has to happen to bring it down. Like, it has to happen, because when it happens, it shows all the fakeness that we've been controlled and conditioned to believe. But it's going to be so hard on people to see the system crash, and it's going to be terrible. You know what I mean? There's going to be more wars. There's going to be more of this, more of that. We're going to see religions fall. We're going to see truths come out that breaks everyone's belief systems. But it has to crumble. it has to crumble before we can rise. And we got to be there for it. We got to be the support for other people, and that's why we need to do our own self work and become the teachers and the healers to help everyone else. And it's not.
Yeah, again, it's about
It
claiming
sounds like
our own
it sounds
power.
doom and gloom when I say that, but it's if it never if we didn't want the bad stuff to happen, we'll always be trapped here, right?
I mean, it's about
We'll
rebirth of everything.
continue to live out this false reality of domination and control if it don't come down.
No, I mean, how we can continue as a living as a humanity like this? Can we continue? Is it sustainable way of living?
Yeah, I know. It's not, is it? Not at all. And I get why some people want to leave and not come back because they're like, this doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense, but it does if we can tune in to our ancient remembering, our own higher power. It will make sense in the end instead of. I don't want anyone to cop out and just like, I don't want to be here. I say, no, we're going to watch it fall. We're going to be here to rebuild it, help people, be the teachers, be the healers. Because I think that's what a lot of us come here for, right? We didn't come here to be starseeds and indigos just for the fun of it, right?
Oh yeah,
We're the only
come
ones.
here for vacation.
If World War III breaks out and I watch the whole system fall, I'm ready for it. But most people ain't. So if a lot of us are ready for it, they will have like I always call it like we're boots on the ground. They'll have us as helping, right? To help them.
There's a lot of questions actually around.
Like I said that earlier.
What's going to come after this one fall? What's going to come afterwards? Because there is always opportunity.
No, but I don't think we're going to go to any other soul exile Earths. This is the last one, 13th last one.
Hope so.
Yeah, I don't think we can. I think it's not possible. I don't think they're. That's why I said earlier they're trying to trap us into like the meta, the digital new copy simulation. Just because we're organic, we're real. It ain't a simulation. We can call it a simulation, but it's real. But to make another reset, another copy, another timeline, I think it's impossible. It's not going to happen. They can't do it again as a construct to keep us enslaved. And they know that, and that's why they're throwing everything at us right now with the nanotech and all that stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know. There's something there. I'm picking up something, and when I do it in my dream time, I just don't know what it is. There's something weird. I feel it in the air. You probably feel it in the air too. I think everything something feels different. Feels good.
Yes.
It's not bad. It is eerie, but it feels good.
Yes, but I don't know how to name it. What is that?
No, me neither. Actually? No, I don't either. But there's. I won't go too long. I don't want to get too crazy on everything. But everything that's going on with our construct, with the ETs, the aliens, the gods, whatever we just talked about, there is a whole other phantom matrix that was destroying worlds coming to this one, right? That's where the original AI originated. There's something. I don't know where to go with this, so I won't talk about it long. I had a vision of that, and it's kind of like Transformers, Rise of the Fallen. Like I'm seeing these AI robotic dragons piercing our whole construct. I've never been here before, so something there too going on. I don't know. I'll have to try to get more on that again. Yeah, the mic is bad. I don't know whose mic it is. It's doing it when I talk, I think. But I did a music podcast last night and it wasn't doing that.
I've heard some kids on your end actually.
Yeah.
Your kids probably.
No, it's coming out of my speaker.
Really? Because if it sounded like kids.
Yeah, it's a weird sound. I don't know where it's coming from.
I don't know if some beings are there or like something is making fun in some
it's
interaction.
It is random.
So
Yeah,
I don't know, but I heard that, and I thought that actually those are like your kids,
it does.
but
It sounds like that.
now I'm thinking that maybe it's something else going on. Maybe it is
Well,
spirit
yeah. Well, it's
because
the first time.
so
It's the
you
first.
know.
I've been doing a lot of music podcasts with bands and singers on my other channel. I never did it, but doing it today. I'll have to keep an eye on it just to make sure it ain't my computer, right? Just you never know, but it's random. It's maybe hijacked.
I
Could be a
still
spirit.
hear some voices. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was my kid there. Yeah, when I'm silent, you can probably hear he's playing a video game. But yeah, it was different noises than that everyone was hearing in the mic. So that was good. That was a good talk. We went for quite a while here.
Yeah. I mean, I lately I got really good questions from Julia. One of them was like, if you had a chance to travel in time, where it would be, where you would travel, in which direction?
Where would I go?
Yes.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of somewhere that I don't dream about. I would like to go to ancient Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I have some kind of a connection to like Scotland for some reason. Like even just like watching movies, I get this feeling come over me, like watching the Highlander movies. There's a feeling that comes over me with
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'd like to, if it was now, travel back in time. Yeah, I would go there just to see what
Yeah.
was going on, right?
That's really interesting. I responded that I would go to the future, like 100 years ahead, to see you.
Yeah, there can only be one. That's my favorite movie.
Yeah,
I watched
Highlander.
Highlander. I watched Highlander in game. I never watched that since 1996. I watched it on Roku the other night, and there is a new
Yeah,
one coming out. I don't like remakes, but I'm interested in this because it has Henry Cavill from Superman. He's playing in the new Highlander, so I'm interested to see when that comes out. But Highlander 1 is the best story. Sequels and stuff never work out, but I like them all. But Highlander 1, yeah, that's it. It's my favorite movie of all time.
oh yeah, I like it as well.
And
Get to
Conan the
rewatch.
Barbarian. I like those kind of
Mm-hmm.
movies, right? Like the old stuff made back in the day. Conan the Barbarian, Highlander,
Oh yeah, Conan
those movies.
Barbarian.
Just it's almost like a remembering when people watch those, right? Seeing how they portrayed ancient times.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of TV, but because the kids always got it. But I watched Jupiter Ascending the other day, first time ever.
Oh, I love that movie. I love it.
It was kind of some leaks in there.
Lots of information. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a disclosure, self
yeah.
disclosure.
I've been wanting to watch it, and they finally put it on. I think it was on Tubi. I couldn't find it for years. Like I never did see it before, so yeah, that was interesting. Sometimes I
So,
like to go back and watch a movie the second time, right, just to catch stuff I missed.
oh yeah, and there's also a lot of TV series going on.
Yes. Well, this is a funny
So
one. I was on shows like over the last 3 years, and I was talking about this stuff. Then all of a sudden, I watched Shadowhunters, and I'm like, "What the hell? This movie is portraying all this stuff that I was talking about and picking up all my life." You know what I mean? The movie just like I've been watching it, and they'd say something, and they say certain words and things. I just blow my mind. I'm looking at the wife. I'm like, "What the fuck? Like this is what I was talking about last week." And it was in the show that was made. And the show's I don't know, probably made in
yeah,
2018 or something. But then I'm finding a lot of TV shows lately that are coming out on Netflix that are like a lot of us. I think a lot of us are saying the same thing. Where TV shows are coming out with stuff that we already maybe we never talked about. But it's like we knew in our heads and maybe talked about to other people. These shows are coming out now with information that's. I'm just wondering if there are leaks to help us to say that stuff that are in their mind and stuff that we dreamt about or talked about is kind of true. Because way I see it is when people put out movies and TVs, where does these ideas come from? because whatever we think about, imagine, had to have happened at one point in our immortal existence, right? Because where can imagination? Where does it come from? It comes from the ether or something, or ancient remembering, I think.
Yes, absolutely. So
Like all ideas
disclosure
that
is everywhere.
happened. Our ideas, everything comes from something that already. If you can imagine it, it already existed, right?
Yes. Yes. Big yes.
You know what's funny? I don't. Anchor Haven's in here, but I don't get into the super soldier stuff that much now. I did in the past, right? So I'm not saying anything bad about it. But something is boggling my mind lately, and I never knew about this, is the GATE program. I don't know nothing about it. And when I was in grade 9, they put me in that, in a whole group of us in our. They called it. I don't know why they put us in. They called it the WoW program, and we did those games of cards, shapes, and we went on trips that we can't remember where we went to. Like, I know they said it was a skiing trip, but then because a lot of us are like, what in the hell did we do in that class? I know that we were jigging school and smoking weed and shit, but but that whole year is just weird. We were doing such weird stuff in that program that weren't normal, and it weren't like what people talk about as being elementary school. This is teenager, right? When they put us in that class, and they kept that class only went for 1 year, but then they allowed us to go to the next grade ahead when we were done. Yeah, I never heard it being called the WoW Project either, but they called it that when in my school. They put people in it that said they thought they were at risk of dropping out and stuff, right? And they put us in there. But I don't have much memory of that year, but I know we were always doing like telekinesis training kind of stuff. And
so you can recall some SSP memories.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah. I got blocked on those for some reason, but it's not. I don't know if I was in it or else I was bilocating to watch events, right? Because some things it was like me watching a movie, and I used to talk with Christy Campbell and a bunch of them, and just how me for her first talking. I told her all about something that when we first talking, she was like, "Oh my god, that's what I was." It's like I don't think I was in it, but I was bilocating and watching it as a third person point of view. Right. Yeah, we went on holiday. Yep.
Yeah. Julia is asking, did you go on holiday?
You mean back then or now?
Can you specify?
Yeah, because I never went. Like, in my adult life, no, I never went on holiday.
That's your higher self memory.
I have a lot of that kind of stuff. Like I have so many memories and timeline jumping, remote viewing. I call it bilocation. Like I bilocate all kinds of programs. I just don't really get into talking about it because I already talked about them on earlier Rob's shows and stuff, right? Like I bilocated to many underground bases. I went to underground bases where there's beings there that I don't know what the hell they are. They're not like any ETs that anyone talks about that I've seen lately. I did go to underground factories where there's Dracos there, making humans work. And I went to an army facility where there's like a 4-legged reptilian creature in this tunnel, and they bring people out tied up, and they're screaming, wanting to get away, and they feed it to this thing. Then I was in. I know a lot of people will against a lot of this stuff, but I have memories of elevator jump rooms on elevators. Same one. I go to the same one all the time, and it can either go up and leave this distance to like Mars or somewhere, and the other one it goes down. It drops down into a whole other. It's like cities down there, like a whole other plane of existence and beings. It'll drop down to those levels. But the one that goes up, yeah, I don't know if it's Mars or the moon, but I was on these elevators, and I'm always freaking out each time because it's going up, right? Then it's at the 12th floor, like a high rise, but it keeps going.
Yeah.
I start freaking out, like, why is this still going? Like, are we going to blow out at the top of the roof and, go down, land in the streets? But it starts wobbling and wobbling and wobbling, and it's like, then we're somewhere else. And there's usually other people that never been on it before, and they're screaming and freaking out. Because the last time it happened to me, I was like, oh, calm down. This happens all the time, I said to them. But they're interesting. Like they're real experiences. Like I don't know what happened after that, right? But I'm always on that elevator. It's the same one. And it seems to me that it's in a one. No, it ain't the same one. There's one in a hotel and one in a hospital. But the hospital is the one I got into the most.
All of these hospitals are on the important ley lines in the places, where the energy lines crosses.
Mall World? No, I don't think. I was trying to think of that the other day, but I know I can't say. Maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll put that attention in tonight. Say I want to go to Mall World.
Or Mars, Moon experience. Yeah.
So
Mall World.
I did have experience on the moon. And this happened back when my father died. I was on a section of the moon that had vegetation and trees. And there was lost souls there wandering around, and I found my father. And he was looking towards Earth. I looked at Earth. He goes, "How many people down there are wondering where we are?" That's what he said. Then I just kind of woke up after that. No more memories of what happened. But it was the moon. Yeah, and there was trees on it.
Mm-hmm. Was it in somewhere like inside of the moon?
No, because you could see Earth.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, it was the moon, but to me, it weren't the moon. It was like a plane of existence. Really, what it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed more flat. It seemed like a more flat thing than round. Like, just seemed like a plane of existence. And there was different stretches there. There were like mountains, and there was trees, like forest. And a lot of souls were in the forest that passed on people from here. I think they were escaping the Galactic Ascension machine, or didn't find their way to it. This is a long time ago too, right? This would have happened. Now, these memories are coming from like 2011. That one would have been from.
Mm-hmm. That's good that you actually getting back some of your memories.
Yeah, because that's when most of the stuff started happening, was around 2010, 2011. But the out of bodies, that was all my life because I didn't know what they were. It was freaky. Going to have a nap at work and can't wake up and just outside your body walking around.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting though. Like my parents started having them. And I'm like, oh my God, you're having the same thing. So it was neat to have other people, my parents that were doing it too, and I didn't know it. And then we're like, oh shit, yeah, that was out of body.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty neat. Some of the out of bodies are really intense. Like sometimes I go here. Like I said, I'm here in the room like this, right? But I'll walk out of the room and I'll go in. It won't be my kitchen no more. Other times I'm just here walking around. Going, oh my God! Like sometimes I can't move that well. I gotta ask for clarity and I can move. And other times I'll walk out and I'll appear into another room where it's a completely different room and different beings in there that I never met before. But I'm talking to them like I know them, right? And I had some old lady come up to me, and I can't remember none of this. But she explained a bunch of stuff to me, and I'm just in my head. I'm like, who's this crazy old lady? She goes, you don't know who I am, do you? She was like some kind of a ancient oracle that I knew a long time ago, but it was giving me a bunch of information, right? But like I couldn't retain it. Like I could never retain all that stuff. Like I wish I could. It's like I've been telling the wife all the time, like, man, there's so much stuff happening, and I have no freaking clue. Sometimes I can remember just pieces, right? Just pieces of it.
Yeah.
Like if I go lay down in 10 minutes, I'm gonna go traveling and stuff's gonna happen. Like as soon as I shut my eyes, it happens now. And sometimes like I'm awake, but I can't open my eyes, and I'm just going. It's been like this for a couple months. Oh yeah, I've already asked that one.
Yes, Jay already responded to this question, but you can say once again for Jason.
Oh, I would have went to ancient. If you watch the movie Highlander, I would go back to those times in Scotland of when the Highlander supposedly happened. That movie, I would have went then. If it weren't for then, it would be back to the Conan the Barbarian times. I love that movie. And like this, the scenery and this the stuff just brings back some kind of a memory. Like I remember living in those kind of past lives.
Yeah, and
I
one
never
one
had
more
any. I never had
question.
any. I never had any intention of wanting to go to the future. That's weird. Like never had any inclinations of that.
I don't know. I just feel like that I would go to the future for some reason.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah,
Just think if I had any.
and
I did have future visions though, and I don't know if they're going to come true or not. But I was shown that this happened for years, like since 2010. I have that same dream of ships appearing here. I talked about this a lot, but when we see the real ships, like when we see ships in the sky here, they're from here, from the technology that they have here. But
mhm.
if when the real ones come here, we're not going to be able to. I can't explain to you what it is, what they look like, because I can't remember because it's outside of our 3D perception. Like when we see a
Yes,
seventh dimensional craft in our sky, we're not going to know what it is. We're like, what is the sounds, the shapes, and it moves and rotates. But they were in our sky doing this, and I'm always showing that there's a bad tornado or a hurricane before they show up. Actually, I'll just send you a video. I got me and my buddy Tim. He used to come to my house and we do shows like this together, just recording ourselves. I talked about it back then on that show. And even then, he was like, "You've been
like
having these for a long time, right?" So it's like it's a recurrent dream.
I get to rewatch.
And I usually see it when I'm in my dream when I'm there, seeing that. I'm always in my parents' dooryard where I grew up, right? Okay, so what else did we do?
Julia
What?
is asking who
Oh,
inspires you right
oh,
now.
you know what? You know who inspires me now is Shi Hen Lee, Shaolin monk guy who's really popular on YouTube right now. His stuff is amazing. It's all like self work stuff, right? But he's a young guy. I think he's pretty young, but he's like a high master Shaolin monk. And yeah, his stuff is really it's helping me a lot. Like I put it on when I go to sleep, just listening to his talks. Like to me, it's way better than Joe Dispenza, Greg Brandon, reading, which I think they're all the part of the elites too. But yeah, Shin He Lee, he does qigong and kung fu, like I like everything does, and Buddhist philosophy, right? His stuff's inspiring me a lot.
Hmm.
But then
And
again, if
what
we
do
want to
you?
get out of this stuff, I get inspired by a lot of heavy metal music.
Yeah, that's great. And what do you think about all the Mexican artifacts being found?
Don't know. Don't know anything about it really. I didn't pick up anything on it. I didn't. I don't know much about it, but I never had any. I don't have any thing ever come to me or right now any messages about it.
Today I got actually I went for lunch menu, and in that place, in that restaurant, I found a book which was about the conquistadors. Um, over the time. And for some reason, I saw there actually those two Spanish conquistadors or conquerors that actually destroyed Aztecs and Incas. Yeah, just when you're mentioning about Mexican
Oh yeah,
artifacts. So yeah, for some reason, I got this book that was there, and I just started to read it. And now, when you are asking about the Mexico, so this just came to my mind.
I don't. I don't know if Julia thinks anything about this, but I was just picking up now that a lot of these artifacts are coming from our timeline that's here that we would consider past life behind us that's operating right now, and a lot of SSP is these timeline portals where they are trying to gather artifacts that when we know about that technology in the world we live in
Hmm.
now, it's going to help bring down the system because they've been fighting over these technologies for a long time through time travel wars.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it got inserted here. It got thrown out of that bubble of existence into ours to be found. That's
Hmm.
yeah, just kind of pick that up on it for now.
Yeah, could be.
That's
The just
that's been
the other thing, other aspect of it came to me. Exactly. Those who came to destroy these ancient civilizations and to steal. technology and everything,
I
steal the
think these
gold
artifacts.
and whatever artifacts.
Well, I think if it come from like through timeline wars and bring it from our, I'll say Earth XL12, we were more technology. We had way more technology then in that existence that we lived. Because
Yeah,
I do have memories of that, and we could almost mix that up as being the future because it's so advanced, but not it's past. We were our future's past was more advanced. Yeah,
yeah, I
and
think
we do,
so.
and I think there's artifacts from there that's going to start appearing here more and more in our realm.
Yeah, I
Because I
mean,
did have dreams about
now,
artifacts in the past. Yeah, I did. There's going to be, oh, wow. I don't want to say any weird shit like this. There's going to be an artifact found that's going to bring people back to life. That's crazy. That's out
mm,
there, I know. But I just want to say it because I've been dreaming it for 20 years.
yeah, I mean, what I know why Julia is asking, because she's being called to Mexico. So, and have you tuned into Greenland?
I haven't. I haven't, but I have a connection to Greenland for some reason. There's some kind of a connection to Greenland in my mind somewhere. I don't know what it is. Because when people start talking about
Yeah,
Greenland, I'm like, whoa! I always kind of dreamt about Greenland. Greenland was always fascinating to me, just because the history of how they lied. It's actually got snow, in Iceland. Actually green.
yeah. Like the question is, what is under that snow? What is hidden there?
Mm.
What they've been hiding for eons?
Yeah,
The technology.
it's a it's a craft that the ancient pharaohs used. Don't judge me on that. I'm just saying because that's what I've just come in and told me. Like picture of the craft, but the being flying it was like it's
Yeah.
the ancient pharaohs, but some of these ancient pharaohs look like what you would see on the movie Predator, that kind of outfit.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah,
about the technology, what is there, and about the
and I don't know why.
motherships or arc ships. They're storing some records, and maybe some beings in stasis, as we know the giants. They are waking up giants.
Yeah, yeah, I'm connected to some of them. Some of them are because they're in stasis, their souls out floating around, and it's going into my consciousness when I'm sleeping. And that's where I pick up
Mm.
a lot of the Azazel stuff.
No, what's their message actually? What are you picking up from them, from those
Nothing really.
beings?
It was just like showing their presence.
Yes.
Just basically it. No message.
Mhm.
Like Azazel will come to me out of body, out of my mirror in the bathroom.
Mm.
It didn't seem bad. Looked pretty cool.
It
I
just
I
came
think a
to let
lot of
you
us.
know.
I think a lot of us are
Mhm.
ancient giants in stasis, and we are
Oh,
operating. We're operating in this
yeah.
avatar.
Yeah, actually, I see myself much bigger than this body,
Mm.
honestly.
A
I
lot of us.
have lately really that feeling when I come somewhere, when after my trip to US, I felt like a grown up, but actually I haven't. But that was that feeling that I feel much bigger than in reality I am.
Yeah.
And when I came back to the one house, to one place, I felt like I'm in the house of the midgets,
Oh,
of the gnomes. I
yeah.
felt really like, what the heck? I'm so big, or what the heck happened?
Well, the giants that's here, that's going to help bring down the structure. Like once we learn about that, but a lot of the us that were giants, we're not here. We went back to the other place, right? We didn't end up being in stasis here. We went back to other realms because a lot of us back in Atlantis times, we come through stargates here as sixth, seventh dimensional beings,
Yes.
and when we manifested our body through the stargate to come here, we appeared as giants to everyone else because we weren't the same dimensional body, right?
Yeah, makes sense. But
Yeah,
I feel bigger,
I
and
got
I
a lot of
see
memories
the
of stargates in Atlantis.
synchronicities.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of stargates in Atlantis. Yeah, we'd come through as different beings. There was like Arcturians, Pleiadians, fifth dimensional beings, sixth, seventh. Everything was happening at the same time, right? Different parts of the world, and we were a lot bigger then. Like we had the Anunnaki was occupying
Yes.
some, than some of us as
This what
Arcturian
we
beings were
are.
here.
We're shrunk. We're
Mhm.
feels like that.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is not only about
Well,
physical
we
shrinking; it's about mental shrinking.
well
You
we
know?
shrunk as the Earth shrunk because the Earth was bigger.
Yeah.
It was gigantic when it was originally created as an intergalactic seed planet. We used to be here and live off organic. We were like the, not AI, but we were the OI, organic intelligence that was here working with the
Yeah.
original Earth. As we were growing like giant trees and vegetation and nurturing different souls come in. Then using I don't know, it's weird. It's just like foolishness, but like sending off psychically transporting trees and vegetation to other planets, to other blanket Akashic record planets to help develop those. That's why the Earth, say the womb chakra of the universe is important because the original Earth, we were seed in other planets with vegetation. New souls would go there to start a blank slate, right? As a blank Akashic record planet to invite new souls in there as a creation of different planets throughout the universe. I think I don't know. That's how I was kind of seeing things. No, hey Phil,
Yeah.
if you're just on here
Hey,
shooting the shit,
Phil.
I'm talking craziness like always.
Yeah, so we've been going on for some time.
Yes,
If you
yes,
want,
yes. Shoot, go on, I gotta
we
get
can
something.
schedule another episode and we can continue about the
Mhm.
stuff,
Yeah, we can talk on
what
something
you
else.
recall, whatever comes through, because I love this free flow, basically.
Yeah, yeah, that went pretty good. Talked about a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I,
and
I,
thanks for having me on
I
again.
think so. I really appreciate, love to listen to you, what you share.
Well, this was the first time I actually talked about any of this stuff in like 4 months, so yeah, it was fun. Have to do it more again.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that because really I appreciate. I'm grateful that you actually accepted my invitation to come to my on my channel and to share the stuff
Oh,
because
I was gonna.
again
It was funny because I was gonna reach out to you anyway and ask you if you want to do a show. You beat me to it.
okay, but well next time we can go on your channel if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll be up to
Yeah.
get some new videos. I don't have any on there now, so okay.
Yeah, up to you as it suits you. I mean your YouTube channel is Jay Skyrunner, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That you're using so people can subscribe to your channel if they still haven't done so. So where else are you available?
Mostly there, then just my Jay Skyrunner Facebook, which I don't really go on much. I just tired of posting on there. Just don't bother anymore. But if I do put out any content or anything, just go to my YouTube. I may be putting some stuff out there again. I got a new computer now, and it works a lot better than me
Okay,
trying to do
so
everything on the phone. So I might be more inclined to do some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm still alive.
yeah. Yeah. Thank you for joining, Phil, and everyone who joined live or is watching on replay. It's great to be
Yeah,
back with Jay and
I'm gonna go back
see
and
you
watch
soon
this.
next time.
We talked about a lot of stuff. I have no idea what we talked about, so I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. This will give me something to do later.
Yeah, we mentioned a
Okay.
lot of stuff. I just like this free flow when we don't really plan.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But there's a lot of great topics that we can talk about. So I really look forward to next episode next you. Thank you again for coming. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning into the Natural Sentient podcast. So see you next time and take care. Have
stay
a good
sentient,
night.
all. Everyone stay
Yeah,
sentient.
stay sentient. And it's awesome. I love it.
Okay,
Okay, Jay.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.